Do you stop short every day, or do you push past the finish line? Do you do what is required of you, or do you do more than what is required of you? You know, I remember my athletic director in high school saying that he was interviewing one of his ex-players, or talking to one of his ex-players, and said, you know, what's the difference between a professional athlete, or what's the difference between a great athlete and an average athlete? And he said this: the great athlete pushes beyond the finish line. The average athlete pulls up just short of the finish line. When you're asked to make 20 phone calls, do you stop at 18? Do you just make 20? Or do you push beyond and make 24 and 26? When you're out there and somebody gives you a meeting requirement of 16 meetings a week or 20 meetings a week, do you make the 16 meetings, do you make the 20 meetings, or do you push beyond to 25 meetings? What do you do to push beyond? So, you know, one of my earliest career jobs was cold calling on the phone, and they had a call metric that we all had to meet. Everybody at the company bitched about the call metric. Myself, I went 50% further than anyone else on the call metric. Now, it's all about working hard and being better at each one of those interactions. So the person who does more and is better at each one of those interactions is going to be the most successful. So ask yourself, the number one way to be successful is, am I stopping short? Am I doing what's asked of me, or am I doing more? And so the number one thing you could do is do 20% more. So have a 20% mentality, and that is that whatever is asked of me, I'm going to do 20% more. If you have that mentality in life, if you get there an hour early and stay an hour late every day, that's 20% more. If somebody asks you to run meetings, you do 20% more. And if somebody asks you to do phone calls, you do 20% more. All that stuff is going to compound on itself, and you're going to create the success that you want in life. And you know what? Do more than what's asked of you. Do more than what somebody's paying you for. Because you know what? It's really about not what you're getting paid per hour. It's about the value you're creating in that hour. If you can create more value in each and every hour, you're going to have more success. If you do that compounded over time, you're going to be rewarded. But you know what? It starts when nobody's looking. It starts when nobody's rewarding you. It starts when nobody's patting you on the back. You have to do 50% more. You have to adopt the 20% mentality. You have to get there early and stay late. What are you doing to differentiate yourself from the pack? What are you doing to differentiate yourself and your business? And people expect, and the only way to get more is to do 20% more. Have the 20% mentality. Do more than what's asked of you. Push beyond the finish line, and don't pull up short.